Welcome! Today, we're diving into a challenge that, let's be honest, a lot of parents face, helping your teen navigate the tricky waters of peer pressure. We're going to explore a really structured method that's all about empowering them to make their own confident decisions, and not just go along to get along.
I mean, it's a familiar scene, isn't it? You see your kid doing something with their friends, and you can just tell their heart's not in it. That exact moment, that feeling, that's what we're going to unpack today.
So, let's start putting the pieces of this puzzle together. We'll begin with a really specific, real-world example of what this kind of conformity can look like.
Okay, so here's our starting point. A parent notices their teenager is eating junk food with friends even though she doesn't really like it. Now, it's not some huge crisis, right? But it's a signal, a clear one. The teen is choosing to go against what she actually wants just to be in sync with her friends. It seems small, but it's a big deal.
And yep, this is it. This is peer pressure in its most classic form. Doing something you don't even enjoy, just to feel like you're part of the group. It is such a powerful force, especially when you're a teenager.
Now, let's flip the script and look at this from the parent's point of view. They've spotted the pattern, but what do you do next?
So the parent sees this happening again and again. The first instinct, of course, is to just say, hey, stop doing that. But as so many of us know, that approach rarely, if ever, works. The parent realizes they need a new strategy, a different playbook, so they turn to a specialist. In this story, it's called a Yancha guide, to find a more structured way forward.
And this leads us to the solution we're looking at today, the Yancha method. So what is this thing, and how does it actually help?
Yancha isn't just a quick fix or a single trick. Think of it more like a whole system that's designed to build these core life skills like self-awareness through really specific, guided conversations between a parent and their child. The real goal isn't just to stop one little behavior. It's about building a whole new mindset for making better decisions for the long haul.
Now, inside this Yancha system, the guide points to a specific tool that's based on something called conditioning theory. And don't let the name scare you. This has nothing to do with control or punishment. It's all about using structured conversations to help the teen build a new connection in their brain, linking that great feeling of confidence with making their own choices instead of just following along.
Okay, so that's the theory, but how does it actually work in real life? Well, it's all broken down into a super simple 4-step framework that anyone can use. This framework is known as the DUCE model, which is just short for discuss, understand, create, and evolve. So first, the parent and teen discuss relatable stories and scenarios. Step 2, they work together to understand what successful behavior even looks like in those situations. Third, they create an actual plan to apply what they've learned. And finally, the whole point is for the teen to evolve, to start making these confident choices all on her own. And this is absolutely key. This is not a one-and-done conversation. The parent uses this discuss, understand, create, evolve model over and over again with different scenarios, to really reinforce that new way of thinking until it just becomes second nature.
So, after all this consistent guidance, what's the end result? Let's take a look at the incredible transformation that happens.
I love this because it lays it all out so clearly. On the left, that's where we started. Actions are basically dictated by the group. But look at the right. That's the outcome. Now, her actions actually line up with her own goals and what she understands is right for her. She's not just a follower anymore. She's making a conscious choice.
The really crucial point here is that the teenager isn't just being told what to do. She's being guided. She's being empowered. This framework gives her the tools, but she's the one who learns how to use them to make her own successful decisions. And that's the real win.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. We looked at one very specific story, but the principle behind it works for just about anything. It's not about big, dramatic interventions. It's about having small, consistent, guided conversations. So what's one little scenario you could start talking about today?